can't just turn on the ignition and think it's all good. You just can't.
What?
You can't. You can't listen to an R. Kelly
remix,
song.
though. The remix, though.
But no, I'm saying.
This is Surf Gang.
And you in the field with the Trackstarz.
Let go.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, SEANTANA, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right, this episode is sponsored by True Strength Apparel. Make sure you go to www.truestrengthapparel.com for the latest in gear. It's the summertime. You still got time to get your tank tops, get your t-shirts, and yeah, tank tops are dope, man. He has some really nice camouflage ones, like not camouflage, but tie-dye. And also, make sure that you follow Trackstarz on Instagram at Trackstarz, Twitter at Trackstarz, like the Facebook page, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
And go to audibletrial.com/Trackstarz to get your free book on us. So if you are like me, I listen to audiobooks. I get it better that way. So I'm listening to, I'm about to listen to the Shaq book soon.
Okay.
I watched the movie and talked to the guy who wrote it, so I want to actually read the actual book. So check out audibletrial.com/Trackstarz. All right, so the Pied Piper is back in town and scooping up your daughters. So the Pied Piper is R. Kelly, and R. Kelly was discovered to have a little sex cult in his couple of houses that he has.
Yeah.
And just reminds us of everything R. Kelly. And a lot of people are having some trouble with separating his music now from who he is, right? So people that aren't even Christian are like, oh, I can't even, which is interesting to me that they would even have like, oh, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
So they're saying, I'm not listening to R. Kelly, I'm not going to his shows, blah, 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 right? Can you separate, and this is actually what Marvin Sapp was saying last week. Yeah. Can you separate the music and the content that somebody puts out from who they are as a person?
No, I don't think you can. I mean, I think you're gonna always remember like what that is. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like watching. For me, I have this problem with mob movies. Right? I'm watching a movie that's entertaining me, but these guys are real life characters who really destroyed families and killed people. So it's like I'm sitting here watching this, but I can't forget that you were really a cold-blooded murderer. You know what I mean? So it's the same way. It's like he's doing all these crazy things. He's disrespecting young women, and you can't just turn on the ignition and think it's all good. You just can't.
What?
You can't listen to an R. Kelly
remix,
song.
though. The remix, though.
But no, I'm saying like it's hard because first of all,
I said, don't forget about Michael Jackson.
first of all, you're still
Never forget.
Not the man in the mirror.
First of all,
Never forget.
You're still, so you go on Spotify, you stream it, you listen to it on radio, whatever. You go out and buy the album. You're supporting this, you know. And I love what the Remnant said a long time ago. The fact that you're nodding your head means you're agreeing with it.
I'm in trouble because I've been nodding my head.
R. Kelly?
Nah.
Recently?
Not recently,
But here's the funny thing.
general,
I've heard
if I heard something nice.
I've heard R. Kelly songs on the radio recently. Like, why do you do that? Like, why are you trying? Why is everything that's bad publicity good for the artist? Like, what is that? I don't get it.
Here's the question I always think about: would he be a martyr for music? Because to me, Michael Jackson's a martyr for music. Prince, Whitney, different people, like they're martyrs for music. If he was to die tomorrow, all this stuff would come out, but his album probably be number one on iTunes. Like anybody that's passed, like right now, the guy from Linkin Park who passed, like Linkin Park stuff is on the top 10 on iTunes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, would people become when they're artists? Do they become martyr? Like, would you, if he was to pass tomorrow, would a bunch of people buy his music so he could get his family could get royalties and stuff?
You memorialize an artist, right? Like, I was so frustrated when Prince passed away and everybody was changing their Facebook thumbnail to Prince. I'm like, golly, like,
What did Prince do?
he didn't do anything. But what I'm saying is, like,
What the heck?
people are making playlists, people are doing all this kind of stuff, and it's like you wouldn't do it on a regular day.
If he was alive, you wouldn't have done it. That's what
so
you're saying.
it's the same
but
thing.
That's natural. But that has nothing to do with separating. If you realize somebody's never going to do something again, people usually scoop up everything they've done because you want to remember it.
I have to say, I can't say you leave on a positive note, but when you don't have that stain, maybe But I don't see myself, if I'm saying I'm not gonna listen to R. Kelly tomorrow, if something happens to him, one of the girls cuts him or
Here's a
something
real
next
test.
week.
Here's a real test. When Bill Cosby goes, how are we gonna feel about that? That's the harder
That's
one.
a
Oh,
lot
every
of Cosby
DVD
show.
is gonna get bought up.
R. Kelly is good, but I don't feel like no super connection to him. But the Cosby Show,
I still watch
it's
the
already
Cosby Show.
leaking. Yeah, it's coming back on TV now.
Yeah,
so
it
it's like, but
Residual
man, this
checks.
is so good. It's really good, man.
It
And
is.
it's like I'm watching him like, man, this dude after this episode, he was like doing some faulty stuff, right?
Yeah.
But this show is
Like,
so
That's horrible,
Yeah,
man.
good.
We're accusing
I'm
people.
cutting you off after this commercial.
I'm not
telling you.
accusing him. 50-something other women are accusing him. I got nothing to do with that. But can you separate
I
the art
can. When it comes to him, I can.
from the person?
'Cause I can watch Fat
Isn't
Albert,
that
I
what
can
we're
watch
isn't that
The
what
Cosby
we're
Show.
telling people to do when we do
Hey,
Fat Albert?
hey, hey.
I'm not watching. I'm not watching.
I forgot he was involved in it.
I'm not watching any more O.J. Simpson highlight videos or and like that.
Same
So, I
thing with
mean, it's
that.
like-
The People versus OJ was fire to me. Like,
Yeah.
that
But
was
that's not
really
him
good.
doing it. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean.
So-
So if he came out with a variety show, OJ and
Yeah,
Friends, you
yeah,
wouldn't
would
watch
you-
it?
would
Nah,
support-
nah.
You would probably peek in on it.
What if he got a dope comedian and dope friends? You'd be like, yo, his friends is dope. We need to watch OJ and Friends.
But isn't that what we're asking people to do with line for line? Isn't that,
That
what line
is
for line
true.
is?
Yeah.
We're telling you separate the content from the music and judge it based on
Yeah.
the music, right?
Yeah.
So
Guilty we
can
are.
you do that? Can you actually just separate? Hey, this guy is faulty, but
I think the
he's
world,
really good at what he does.
I think the world does it very well than we do. I think Christians in general, if you do something, it's a wrap. Like, it's done. Like,
I think the
you can't.
support thing is where it happens, right? This is
Yeah.
the support thing is where it happens. I think people have an easier time doing it after somebody dies because you feel like you're not actually directly supporting him anymore or her anymore.
Family
The
members.
The
estate.
family it's not their fault, right?
Yeah.
So you feel like, oh, okay, if I buy his music now or listen to his show, watch a show now, at least I'm not like directly supporting
Yeah,
his
you-
habit.
Yeah.
Now, so what happens if somebody that people love, after the fact they die, stuff come out about them? Do you support them?
It's different because they can't be blamed for guilt in that sense. Like they can't take the blame. They can't say I was guilty on that. So
Okay,
you
this is an
almost look at
example.
it
I'm going to use
different.
this for you
Okay.
because I want to see how you feel. If it came out after Obama passed that he cheated on Michelle like multiple times in the White House, would you be like, he's the greatest person we saw?
I mean, I haven't said he's the greatest president we've ever had. Though.
No, I'm just asking, would you feel that way? Like, would you change your mentality about that? Like, what would you
It
be
doesn't
like?
change the
He's just a man.
the history and the mark that he left.
Yeah.
It doesn't change that. But I mean, I don't look at him like that anyway because of the agenda he pushed while he was in the White House. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
Man.
Nice try though. Yeah.
trying
I
to
would have
see.
expected that question from Ashley. You know.
I'm trying to
You.
see. I'm trying to see. I'm just joking. I'm just throwing my bait out there. See if you're gonna bite. See.
Nah. Mm-mm. So, but what I'm saying is like it has to go that way. In my
Why you
case,
shaking your head?
in my case, it has to go that way. You can't.
Problematic.
You can't look at an artist. You can't look at somebody like. I mean, we heard. Okay, case in point, right? Pastors, we're harder on them, or preachers, or Christians. Period. We're
true.
harder on them than the world is.
Yeah,
Like
we
when
are.
they mess up, it's like, yo, rap.
Yeah.
But the world will forgive it in a heartbeat and be like, well, you didn't really do
Well, I
anything.
don't know, because now some of the people that were hurt from the church are going to the world, so now they're like, oh, he fake too, so I don't want to mess with him.
That's what I'm saying. The whole
Yeah.
point of this
Yeah.
is that I heard a lot of secular publications saying, "Oh, we're done with R. Kelly."
Mm.
Issa
No, you're
Rae,
not.
yeah, I'm serious. Issa Rae was on Everyday Struggle. She's like, "I'm not listening to that anymore." And it's
Until you
like,
come out with some fire, and you like, that R. Kelly.
yeah, but everybody would do that. But what I'm saying is that they're the ones saying that they're outraged. I haven't heard Christians talk about this yet. So
'Cause he still
the
got that
world
gospel
even has
album
like
coming.
a standard
one.
that they won't go past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is universal.
Well, I think for us, kind of like going back, because this does touch on the Marvin Sapp thing, going back to what he said, we are like that too. If we found out a gospel artist is homosexual or is beating his wife or whatever, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
we're done. We're not rocking with
as
that.
as long as time goes by.
Yeah.
Time heals it, because I think a lot like Michael Jackson, over time it's like, well, he's old now.
Beat It still comes
You know
on.
what I'm saying?
Thriller still has.
All those songs sound terrible now. Anyway,
He still does his thing. He still can
It's
moonwalk.
the title of songs that you just can't click on your playlist,
Thriller,
like Bump and
yeah.
Grind and stuff like that. You're like, okay, yeah, I just can't.
age ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Yeah, I do think it's hard. I don't listen to a lot of stuff anyway, so I'm not faced with this problem that often. When it comes to movies and stuff, I don't really know much about people's lives to even know.
Do y'all watch Seven Heaven?
Oh, that dude. I did. I did.
Oh yeah, I did watch
That dude.
But it's not an entertaining show. Like I'm not going back to watch.
Yeah, people aren't like
episodes
sitting
of
there.
that. Like,
Sitting there. Do I
Cosby
feel
Show,
bad that I did watch it?
Cosby Show, you'll do that. You know.
What if something came out about Seinfeld?
Fresh Prince. I don't watch Seinfeld, so
That would hurt
it
a lot
wouldn't
of
bother
people.
me.
Friends.
Yeah.
Nah, that wouldn't bother
Everybody
me.
loves Raymond.
Nah, that wouldn't bother me.
They're
Doing a lot of personal stuff out there. Like,
But that's a good show. It ain't like-
Martin.
Martin, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Like when Tommy passed away, you
Yeah.
know, had anything bad come out about Tommy, it'd be like, like if you found out that he was R. Kelly in present day, right? Like he was that dude. Like you found out when Tommy passed away, Tommy had a cult of like 50 houses, and you're like, dang. Every time I watch Martin now, I see him do his lines, and I just can't laugh anymore. See what I'm saying?
But
I get what you're saying.
The example you chose, we actually have like Martin.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
Martin had an allegation against him.
Oh, that is
Why are
true.
we picking Tommy?
Well, okay, so I mean, because he passed away in real life, so
But
that's
it's
what
not
I'm
just
saying.
about people who die. R. Kelly's still alive.
But Martin, oh,
Even with his allegation, it was, you was like,
I
hey,
mean-
nay. It wasn't like,
yeah,
it wasn't multiple women. I think that's what it was.
I think Martin gets a pass.
Not anymore. I don't see Martin on nothing.
And that's, I
Yeah,
think
I
he gets a
see Show a
pass.
lot.
Like I think he gets a pass. I think
You see, I'm talking about Martin, the human.
Yeah, he did a comedy special recently. I mean, he's still out
I
there,
mean,
but he ain't out there.
Bad Boys
No.
3
He
is
probably
gonna be
making-
huge.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
He's still probably making mad money off of Martin.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about he did kind of fade out after that.
Bad Boys 3 is gonna be huge.
But I think a lot.
You are so 90s, man.
You are.
You are a 90s
I'm just
kid.
saying that's gonna
Bad
be
Boys.
huge.
Bad Boys 2 was enough.
You are a
After Bad Boys
90s
2, it
child.
shouldn't even try to think.
Anyway, let's get back into it. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, SEANTANA, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.